Well, hello and welcome back. We are continuing converting our little application from old school JSP to new school Spring Boot. And we are sort of in the middle of a little bit of a mini series within this series. And we're just working on like what we have as some projects, and we're working on getting project lists going and being able to edit a project because we want to be able to get in and turn this form on and be able to actually edit information. Now, first, we found last time, we had a couple little things. We want to clean up a couple buttons, and we want to be able to filter. So we want to be able to come in here and say, hey, I want everybody that is new, and let's say I want everybody that is submitted or pending. And if I do that, then I'm not getting what I want. I am getting that sent across. I'm getting projects with AP, but it is having an issue. So let's take a look at that. And let's see if we can get in, if we're getting an error. So if we go to new, it tries to, and it was an unexpected. So, let's see, that was projects. If it goes here, let's do pending. It is projects with a P. So let's go look here at our, we're going to look into our controller because that's probably where we need to go first. So if we go find projects right here, then one of the things that we have is we do not have our second parameter in there at all. So what we would need is probably a second parameter. We can do a second one. So we can do it with and just leave that as is. And then we can say, hey, if we've got this, then we can add a parameter. I believe we have looked at that here before, adding that second. Yeah, so we did it like we did here. And so we're going to take something. Let's go look at this. Very similar to what we did with edit project. So now if we do projects, second one, there we go. This is the second one. And what we want to do is we're going to send a, let's call it a code, which is going to be a one-letter code. And then we're going to come in here and we're going to make sure that we have a path variable that will take that. So we're going to do our request, and we will do that. I don't think we need a locale, but that's okay. Let's see what happens. If we do our, and he's going to be a string. It's actually going to be a character, but that's okay. And we're going to call him code. And then here, and we're going to do list projects. Let's see if we have project list. And let's go see if we already have that built by a type. So if we go into our DAO for our projects, let's just go to our DAO. Let's see if we have something that looks right. So we have, this is based on name. Here we go, name and status. So we have the same thing with a name and a status. So that's going to be super easy because that means that we will be able to call this, where do we call it, list? And we're just going to do it, and we're going to add code to the end. And we don't need that. We don't need that. And so let's see what happens now. Oh, let's go back to this though. One of the things we were running into is we've got these really nasty buttons. And let's make that button primary. And we are going to, I think we can leave them just as is because I think we're going to be okay. So if we go NBSP, we're going to put a space on both. I'm going to put a space on both sides of this because I think it's going to be really tight without it. We could go in and mess with the margins on our CSS. We're not going to do that right now. So let's see. And that is, do we want those on a different row? Yeah, we're going to want those on a different row. So then we're going to come in here. And let's do this. Whoop. And, well, no, we did not. We wanted them on potentially the same row. Okay. So let's put a space here. Oh, Yeah, let's put a space after that in any case. So even if we don't have a user, we'll have that. Now let's go take a look at this stuff. Oh, we also had another one here. We had this new project thing. Let's make him also a primary button primary. And let's go take a look at how this all looks. So let's see if we got our filter going, plus cleaned up a couple of our display issues. So if we come in here and we log in and we go to projects list. Oh, I didn't get that. We did get it, but they're still spreading all the way out. So we will work on that in momentarily, because it is, ooh, let's look at this. That's an H5. That's in that div. So if it's there, we want that in a row. So we probably want, do I have one I can just copy and paste real quick? No. So I'm going to take this and let's see, within here, he's going to do a call MD, we'll call him an 11. And let's see if that gives me something. Now the other thing we wanted to do is, whoops, is we want to see if we can filter. So now, did we get our filter right? So if we come into filter for new, there we go. Now, interesting thing is it's getting us stuff, but we have an issue here. It's getting us to apparently a different page, or it's breaking something. So let's go back and look at our hello controller. And before we're doing projects, and now we're doing projects, which is a slightly different list. Now we do see, yeah, see they're all, if you look like here, you can see they're all new. So that's at least, and so we have got something simple that we blew up here. So when it comes through, oh, it is probably because the model is not set up right. Did we have that before? We did. Okay, so we had locale and model. And so I'm guessing that's going to be a problem. We want him to be, so he's project, oh, that's our problem. He's got the same name, projects filter. So let's try that. Looking good. Didn't introduce something new. Come up here, we do our projects. We filter on, what do we say, submitted. And we're still not getting this. So let's go look at our code here. We've got our time leaf, we've got our head. Here we go, let's look at our errors. So, oh, see, so that same project's bootstrap, and so that may be, if we load it here, we go to bootstrap, he's in projects bootstrap. I don't think he's loading it right. And so, oh, that may be it, is, and this is where we can run into some issues, because what we've got here is it's trying to go with a, it's trying to go off of this level instead of one level back when we do that, when we load those values. So if we go here, is it, no, I'm sorry, yeah, it's projects. So here, this is within main. I bet if we look at main, it is not going to get me my base. Oh, actually, I wonder if it's even, if it lost the port. And if we look, and look here, oh, it did. So it's there. So if I do this, let's do that. Let's see if I can do that and go look. So he's not going to like that, but is he going to like that? Yes, he is. And so it's because it's built on top of this. So we've got something a little bit we've got to do here to make sure that and this is something we run into on a fairly regular basis in apps of this sort, is that when we run it right here, it's actually not going back to the level it needs to be. So we have to go to our main, which is, where did our main go? Where did our main go? He is in, let's see if I'm in the right place. Yep. And I think he was in, did we just call him header? I think we did, yes. And so here, see, we've got all of this stuff, and it really needs to be probably like this. So let's see if we pull just those. Let's see how that looks. I think that'll get us there. We're going to find out in a minute. So we're going to come in here. Instead of building it off the core page. Oh, see, we got some issues here. So it is complaining because, oh, it cannot parse as an expression. So, whoop, that's why. Because I put that in the wrong place. And that's probably okay. So now let's try to run it. And let's try this. There we go. Okay. And now, if we get ourselves going here, and we go to projects. So far so good. If we come in here, oh, look at that. Now we are able to actually see a project. We're actually bringing stuff in, because before we were having issues with our slashes. So now we've got our opportunities. I don't think we can click on that. We have our projects. My admin doesn't exist. So we go to projects, and so now we should be able to filter. There we go. We can filter. We can click. And so our issue is making sure that when we do this stuff, that we make sure we have a root call to it. So we should be able, yeah, and from here we were able to test these. So these were, funny enough, we had it here. We just didn't have it. Whoops, don't want to do that. We didn't have it for a couple of our included files. So let's just make sure we've got link. We've got our banner, and that showed up here. And I think we had a problem before when we were seeing running into that. We just didn't fix it. And it looks like we're good. So now, if we go to home, whoop, then it's looking good. We can click on this, and now we can edit a project. So now we've gotten a lot of our stuff back into place. Now we do, oops, one thing we wanted to do is note that we did get our buttons straightened out a little bit there. We do need to do, so let's get from our project list, let's just get that piece in. And we wanted to go somewhere down here. Here we go. Because this button's out on its own, it is not a happy camper. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take this create new button. We're going to throw it in a div. And actually, we can just throw it in this huge div. Yeah, we'll just throw it in its own. Well, we're not going to go huge with it. We'll just, cut it to like 6. Doesn't really matter because it's on it. It's essentially its own row. And if we do that, and then this is what our project list. So we're going to come in and do that. Projects. There. Now we got our buttons straightened out a little bit. We still probably do some more stuff with them later, but for now, hey, we have buttons. And now we're going to go in here, and you can see, as we've seen before, where we've got a lot of this stuff. We can see leftover code. So we want to go fix that first. So let's take all of the C's here. See, like this, everywhere we've got an if, we can take that and we're going to do a time leaf if, and we're going to do a div. And then we can just close the div. And we don't need test equals. So it's going to be if equals that. So now we'll be able to see where this message is showing up. That's going to get cleaned up. And let's see, what else we got? We've got this. Our action is just going to be save project. Whoop. Delete that. And now cruising down through here, let's see what else we got. So we didn't have to worry about that one, but we do have to worry about this, what is that? Project report. We're going to pull that thing, whoop. We're going to pull him all the way in like that. And, oh, that's project report. So we'll just leave it like that. And that gives us, let's see, so that's that one. Do we have a save and update? Yeah, that one is right here. And same thing. I don't have to worry about that. So we've got him split up. Start walking down here. We do have our titles. We've got our tasks here, but now we have issues with that. So what we need to do is our tried and true. Here we go. That site, is that what it was called? Oh, that one looks like that came in twice. Okay, so let's start with tasks, because that's where we're at. So we're going to look at tasks. So let's go find that. There we go. So in here, we don't need this CIF, but we do want it to be a loop. So we do want, that's just going to be a if. And if project ID is greater than 0, then it's going to come in here, and we do a task submit. So it may have some tasks, and then for here, remember, we need to do a time, and let's go back and look at the projects because I forget that one. Let me just copy that. That's the easiest way to get my little looper. Here we go. They'll give me the whole kit and caboodle. So if I come in here to this one, so what we're going to want to do here is this is going to be, I call it task and status. It's going to be list tasks. And let's see, so we want to select task, and that's going to be task.id. Oh, interesting. I think that wants to be task.id. I think that was a problem that we had there, is that it was not working right before. Oh, I see, project ID, so it's two things. Select task is going to be task ID, and task.project ID. So we've already got that little JavaScript built. We don't need to worry about our little status thing there. And so we don't need to worry about this, setting a status. We don't need the for each. We don't need our on click because we've got that. And then for each of these, I think we're going to be good. We're going to find out in a minute. Oh, it's not going to be like that. Ooh, this can be an interesting one right there, because what we're going to have is th text equals, there we go. And there is going to be th text equals. And that's how we had it before, right? As we had to close our div. We didn't have to put anything special in there. And this one's going to be a th text equals, and we're just going to do, we're not going to worry about the formatting the number right now. Oh, and I did a underbar instead of a colon. And then this is going to be th text equals task name. And same thing. Equals. And we'll do the description. So let's go ahead and get that. And let's verify this one works. And if it does, then I think we'll call it a wrap for this episode. So we're going to come in, we're going to do our projects, pick one, and here we're seeing there's no tasks. It gives us the header. As we see here, it's giving us a header because the project ID is greater than 0, but this probably needs to be something that is a check to say, hey, if the number of, if my task is list of tasks is greater than 0, then I'm going to say that. Otherwise, I'm going to say nothing found. And so I do have something going here. Let's see. Do I have one that's got, I don't know if I've got any that have a task. Oh, here we go. Here's one. Oh, and it does look like we've got something. If you look over here, you can see where we did not close stuff up right somewhere. So if we go here, div, and a close. Oh, that one doesn't have a close. There we go. So we can close that. Oh, if I don't typo that, then if we come in, which project is that? That was called project administration. Okay, and we note that we've got a value in there. Let's go look at that real quick. There is something up here on total hours. Where'd it go? All the way towards the top. Here we go, total hours. And so this needs to be probably ATH text equals we'll put him in there, and we will put our bar here and our bar here. And let's do this. That close, that bar, and let's run it. Go check it out. And what was that? I think it was called, it was one that I think was plumbing reseller. There we go. So now we can see we've got our hours showing up. We're seeing values basically in places here. We're not getting our values coming up in our form up at the top. It's probably may have something to do with that. So that is going to be our next thing, is let's make sure that we're getting values, because these should be populated, which if you look up here, like here we've got, see, we're doing these old form inputs. And so we're going to have to actually go back and we're going to pick those up. So those are going to be RTH texts, and we will convert those next time around. So thank you once again. If you have any questions, shoot us an email at info@developreneur.com. But go out there and have yourself a great day, a great week. We will come back next time and just keep chunking along on this. Have a good one.
Well, hello, this is Rob with Developreneur, also known as Building Better Developers. Wanted to announce that we have school.developreneur.com. Feel free to check it out if you like any of this information, any of the content that we've sent, and you would like to see more. You can come out, you can enroll for free. We have free courses. We've got places for you to get better at just learning a technology, our how-tos. You can work on your business skills. We can help you with becoming a better developer, as in coding and things like that. A lot of the stuff you've seen on YouTube, we also have out at school.developreneur. We just have it in a little more of a educational format and a way for you to track your progress as you move forward becoming a better developer.